It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Titans and the Silver and Black, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They go back to Pollard on second down, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moore. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Smith. Open man is Myers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And from the 41, this is second and a yard. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 5. From the 50, it's Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards, and that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. Now Geno. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On second down, they'll run it here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Throwing now is Geno. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Moore. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ward. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Geno now to throw. And his pass incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Back to throw, Smith. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Play action. It's Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Tennessee offense set to go again. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll run left with Pollard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Here's 2nd and 8. This one brought in by Jefferson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Ward from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ward. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Two yards to go, 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pollard is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Moore. Cockrell holds it in left side. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Smith. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Smith. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And when you're in a 1-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Smith. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. throwing to start the drive. Moore, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. Now he'll try to run with this. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper. Well, with him trailing here in the 2nd half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a 1st with 3rd down looming. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Returning right back to Lockett. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Operating from the gun. Moore. And he's got it. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Now their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Warren, operating from the gun.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
He finds his man, Pollard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Sheds off the tackle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll look to throw again. Complete. Jefferson the target. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Pollard. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. Sly able to put this one through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Now from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw, Smith. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a give here to Pollard. A nice little juke. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Second down, Pollard again. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Looking to throw. Moore. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Try to take this home, they'll run.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on fourth and goal. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Slide for the PAT.
And the lead is up to 14. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So the Raiders now down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Smith to throw. Open man is Tucker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 6 coming up. Smith's going to throw it. That's caught by Tucker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Smith. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
Again, Smith. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.